Every day, thousands of people pour money into online earning platforms. They watch the numbers on their screens, hoping for quick wealth, only to see their investments vanish into digital static. Enter Forton. It is a decentralized networking platform built on the TON blockchain, marketing itself through claims of total transparency and complete automation. But we are going to look past the pitch. We need to decode the actual mathematical reality of its smart contracts to see how the money actually moves between participants. When a decentralized system runs on identical code for every user, the algorithm becomes a neutral variable. In that environment, the only thing that dictates a margin of profit is the specific strategy of the individual. Users generally approach the ecosystem with one of two mindsets. On one side is the passive investor who waits for the system to generate a return. On the other is the active leader who builds out a network of connected nodes. The documentation confirms that Forton operates on a peer-to-peer smart contract. This means there is no central admin holding or distributing funds. Because payouts are automated and instant, the contract only recognizes the hierarchy of the network. Any potential for earnings is determined by how a user is positioned within that automated matrix. The base program operates on a 6-place matrix. Income triggers automatically when these slots are filled by others. To prevent income stopping, a recycle mechanic resets the matrix once all 6 slots are occupied, starting a new cycle without an activation fee. The code also allows for overflows. This mechanism fills slots in your matrix through the activity of your upline or downline, potentially providing partners even if you haven't personally invited them. While these spillovers are possible, the algorithm provides no guarantee for when or if they will happen. Relying on them as a primary strategy leaves a user's balance entirely to chance. For those looking to scale, the Trinity program introduces a separate layer. This chart shows that Trinity moves away from the standard TON currency to operate fully on the FRT token. When a level is activated, the contract splits the funds into 3 buckets. 70% goes to the matrix, 20% to a royalty fund, and 10% to a line bonus. That 20% royalty fund provides weekly distributions to holders of these NFTs. The rank of the crystal determines the size of the share, progressing from select up to the supreme rank. While Trinity offers a path to passive income, the system introduces a set of conditions that require the user to maintain a specific level of participation to keep their shares active. The activity check is a critical part of the contract's logic. If a participant becomes inactive, their rank is downgraded. If it drops below the minimum threshold, all passive income distributions stop. There is also the risk of being overtaken. If a partner upgrades before you, the contract redirects their payment above you. Finally, a freezing mechanism redirects profits to your superior if your matrix cycles but you haven't activated the next tier. The algorithm operates without bias. It systematically redirects funds away from the passive investor and toward the leader who proactively manages their upgrades. To navigate these penalties, users can form squads. These are internal structures designed to pool the momentum of multiple participants, allowing them to support beginners while ensuring the entire group stays ahead of the freezing thresholds. The system directly incentivizes the creation of these groups. Squad creators receive priority in the distribution of the passive income fund and gain additional visibility within the platform's infrastructure. These rewards for group management suggest that sustained earnings in Forton are tied to community building. The higher the volume of members within a squad, the more power and priority the system's code grants to its leaders. Forton provides a transparent environment where every transaction is recorded on the blockchain. However, that transparency doesn't eliminate the risk of frozen funds for those who don't monitor the contract's specific upgrade requirements. This platform functions like an engine. The smart contract provides the mechanical framework to move funds, but the code doesn't determine the destination. That part requires a driver to steer the strategy. Before entering, you have to decide which role you will fill. You can be the passive participant whose funds risk being frozen, or the strategic leader who proactively cycles their matrix to maintain growth.